Are you ready for pain? Are you ready for suffering? If the answer is yes, then you're ready.
If a guy has a preference of their body count, do you think that's
Why do you
childish?
have a preference? I was discussing this with my sister the other day. People think like preferences is just a get out card. Where does your preference come from? Your preference isn't just born with you when you come into this world. Your preference is created off your environment, what you see society doing. That is how your preference is created. I never came out of the womb liking men who were just 6 foot. Society made me believe that it is normal for a guy to be taller than a woman in a relationship. So naturally, women want men who are a bit taller. Where is that preference coming from?
And your experiences.
Your preference for wanting a woman who's less experienced comes from patriarchy. It comes from women, you know, historically being policed through their sexuality and society not seeing that sex is for women. That is where your preference for having a low body count is coming from. It's coming from not wanting your boys to laugh at your face and be like, oh, beat that. Okay, yeah, you beat that, but now she's with me. Okay, so what? Like, am I going to pretend I've never been with a guy who girls have fucked before? Yeah, I have. What can I do? Like you said before, we are not possession. We are real people. So, yeah, just because you fuck 100 people doesn't mean that that girl should vanish and turn into dust. She too deserves love, respect, and companionship.
I got slut-shamed at the emergency room today. Yeah. I was bleeding AF because I didn't have my period for like 10 months and I stopped the contraceptive pill 3 weeks ago and I got my period 2 days ago. Yesterday, I think. And the fact that I'm bleeding that much isn't normal. Like, I'm bleeding AF. So yeah, the doctor I had literally started examining me and asked me a question. So she asked me, are you sexually active? I said, yes. With one partner? No. So with multiple partner? Yeah. And after that, she asked me, what's the number of partner you had in the last 2 or 3 months? I answered her number. And she responded, what the hell? Is that all you freaking do with your life? I felt so bad. I can't even explain it. Like, and she made so many other comments. Like, when I left the room, I had tears in my eyes, and I was so mad. I felt so bad about her comment. I went to the reception and asked for the complaint number, because I'm doing complaint, obviously. She isn't even supposed to make a freaking judgment on my life, on my sexual life. That's not what she's here for. She's there to help me with my bleeding problem, because I was in the emergency room for that. So yeah, I got slut-shamed by a doctor, and after that she didn't even took my case seriously about my bleeding. So I'm home now, still bleeding AF, because I got slut-shamed and not even took seriously by a freaking doctor.
I like you, have a cupcake. I like you, have a cupcake.
I had multiple comments like that on my last video about the fact that I've been slut-shamed at the emergency room yesterday. Many comments like that says that it's harmful to have multiple partners and to have sex with multiple persons. And that the doctor isn't wrong for telling me this, that the way she did, and that I'm the one that's supposed to change my life and my lifestyle, like this person says. Why is the goddamn fact that someone is sexually active is triggering so much people? I don't why? Like, I'm literally doing nothing to those people. I don't know why. Maybe these people are talking about STDs, STI, and pregnancy and all of this. But if I'm doing safe sex, what the fuck is it doing to your life that I have multiple partners? Seriously, I really don't get why people are so mad at other people who has sex with other people. And if I'm happy with having sex with people, if my mental health isn't affected by that, like,
Maybe you should leave before I get too mean and take it out on you.
Open up the safe, bitches got a lot to say. To see in your face, that'll put you in your place. 7 letters on the plate, fuck you when I break. I got cars.
The majority of rapists are men. This is an empirical fact. I don't like this fact, but it is a fact. Men are raped too, though. Yes, mostly by other men. Women rape just as much as men do. You have zero empirical evidence to support that claim, but for the sake of keeping this conversation going, why do you think that? Men are raped just as much as women, they just report it less. Rape is vastly underreported across the board, but why do you think men are not reporting? Because they're scared no one will believe them. Why? Because men are supposed to always want sex and no one would believe that a woman could force a man to have sex with her. Why? Because society thinks men are strong and women are weak. Why? Patriarchy.
Hey TikTok family, this video is not for you, but please feel free to stick around. Dear white people, Dr. Martin Luther King is not for us. His speeches are not to be cherry-picked to fit a narrative. He was not about assimilation, he was anti-racist. If you think Dr. King would be anywhere else but at the front of Black Lives Matter protests today, he's not for you. If you don't support and believe in strong Black women like Miss Coretta Scott King, Dr. King is not for you. If you don't believe in CRT or the fact that Black Americans live it every day, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is not for you. If you say, I don't see color, Dr. King was not for you. For the love of whatever is important to you, can we please stop trying to appropriate his words to fit a white narrative?
I love when men are like, I would never slut shame. Sex work is empowering. But then in the same sentence are like, well, 4,000 people saw you play with yourself, so why would I want to watch it? It's not special anymore. Stop selling yourself. Bro, you literally sell yourself every single time that you go to work. You perform labor for pay. That is your body doing work in order to get paid. No different than sex work.
So the default for every fetus is female. A fetus doesn't start showing male characteristics until about 9 or 10 weeks. So if life begins at conception, then all men are trans. Happy Father's Day.
Good morning. You guys seem to really enjoy the video that I did yesterday on fat shaming. So I thought that I would do a video building on that and address another topic that I feel like is very emotionally charged specifically for women, and that's slut shaming. Now, women's sexuality is an area where I feel like there is an abundance of shame and judgment and a lack of education. Women are sexualized from an obscenely young age and then shamed for being sexual. I'm a survivor of sexual trauma. Simultaneously, I was also brought up in a private Catholic school that shamed sexuality. Zero sex education. I was taught abstinence. Period. My introduction to sexuality was not consensual. Kind of feel like I was set up for failure with regards to having a healthy relationship with my own body or with my sexuality. This was also not the only form of abuse that I was experiencing. So for a variety of reasons, I had absolutely zero self-worth. And I quickly learned that one way of receiving positive attention was through male validation. But the only way that I received that was through using my body and engaging in other pleasing behaviors. Being used. All humans need to feel worthy. All humans need to feel like they belong somewhere. So people can judge that all they want. But until you've lived it, you do not understand. Now, of course, the same men that were taking advantage of me would turn around and judge me. Like I was doing all of this myself. So it was like this push-pull dynamic. Being desperate for validation and receiving it through sexuality, and then being shamed for it. And of course, every time that cycle happened, it would chip away at my self-esteem, which then just pushed me into those behaviors even further. Because at the time, I didn't know any other way. Society loves to sexualize women and then shame them for being sexual beings. I have so many female clients come into my practice with shame about their sexual past. No one has ever asked them, well, why did you do that? With a compassionate tone. You've only been asked, well, why would you do that? With a critical tone, which just makes you want to hide it more. My rules for sexual encounters are, is it safe? Is it sane? Is it consensual? What you do with your body is not my concern. Why you do it is because I care about you. So if you're doing it from a place of empowerment and pleasure, then fucking go off. But if you're doing it from a place of fear, coercion, or shame, then I want you to lean into healing that. Because your body is beautiful and valuable. and it does not deserve to be put into situations that feel unsafe. Let me know if you guys have any questions about this or if you'd like to hear more. And remember, you're not alone.
So maybe we should just park here.
What the hell is this?
What?
But what's significant, and this was true as of Monday when the acting defense secretary agreed to mobilize the National Guard, and that was that these would be unarmed troops that would be used. They would not be wearing camo